Greetings and welcome to In the Loop Weekend Ag Talk, brought to you by Alphen Insurance Agency, the home of Policy Plus. We hope you've had a good week and are looking forward to an awesome Easter weekend. Let's jump over and see what the markets looked like on Thursday afternoon. Most everything finished in the red on Friday afternoon, with nearby corn contracts down 9 cents, and when we looked at nearby soybean contracts, they were down as much as 18 cents on Friday afternoon. May corn finished the week at 6.44 even, and December corn finished out at 5.56 even. When we look at May wheat contracts, 6.75 and a half. July wheat finished at 6.88 even. May cotton had a little bit of a rebound this week, finishing at 83.20, while December cotton at 83.24. May soybeans took a beating today, finishing at 14.92 and a half, while November soybeans finished out the week at 13.09 and three quarters. When you insure with Alphen Insurance Agency, you get Policy Plus. Give us a call. Let us tell you what we can do to help you with acres reporting this spring. Being it's a short week, we've got limited information to share with you this week on exports, but USDA reported flash sales of old crop U.S. corn and soybeans yesterday. U.S. exporters sold 125,000 metric tons, that's 4.9 million bushels, of old crop corn to unknown destinations for delivery during the current marketing year. Most likely this was to Japan. U.S. exporters also sold 276,000 metric tons, which is 10.1 million bushels of soybeans, also to unknown destinations to deliver during the current marketing year, and most assumptions are that this purchase was also from China. As promised last week, we are beginning our weekly weather and crop bulletin update like we did last year. This week, we'll start out with corn. By April 2nd, producers had planted 2% of the nation's corn crop, equal to both last year and the 5-year average. Texas was leading the way with 57% of their corn in the ground. North Carolina has only 3% planted at this point. However, a lot went in the ground this week that did not show up on this report. Only 4 of 18 states are reporting so far. No reports yet on soybeans, and when we look at cotton nationwide, 4% of the cotton crop has been planted by April 2nd, equal to the previous year, but 1 percentage point behind the 5-year average. Arizona and California are leading the way as expected, and Texas is in third. It will probably be another 2 to 3 weeks before we see much cotton planted here in the Carolinas and Virginia. When we look in world ag news, we're going to start out in Argentina. Argentina is set to lose its status as the world's top exporter of processed soy meal due to the toll of historic drought on the country's main cash crop, a major exchange said on Tuesday. The Rosario Stock Exchange, the BCR, predicted in a report that Argentina's soy meal shipments will likely be overtaken by neighbor Brazil for the first time in a quarter century during the current harvest. The 22-23 national soy meal output is expected to plummet 36% from the previous season to total just 27 million tons. The BCR estimates that 20 million tons of soy meal will likely be exported and still represent 29% of the global supply. The exchange forecasts that Brazilian soy meal shipments will likely reach between 21 to 23 million tons. When we look at the weather and crop progress down in Argentina, drier conditions return to large sections of central Argentina following last week's heavy showers. Meanwhile, corn was 10% harvested versus 17% last year. When we look in Brazil, it's drier than normal weather combined with summer warmth reduced moisture for the second crop corn and cotton across a large section of central Brazil. According to the government of Rio Grande do Sul, soybeans were 48% reproductive to filling as of March 30, with 8% harvested. Meanwhile, corn was 77% harvested on the year. This week, in something to consider, we wanted to do something extremely different than what we normally do. I'm going to call this one looking ahead, but we're also going to be looking back. What if last year, when you were getting ready to plant your 2022 crop, you had booked some corn, soybeans, or cotton for a December 2023 contract. That is the end of this year. We're getting ready to plant 2023, but I'm saying let's go back in time to April and May of 2022 and say we looked at a corn contract for December of 23, basically booking a year ahead of the crop you're getting ready to plant. If we could have booked that crop on 4/27/22, we could have booked corn at $6.80. Had we waited till this week of this year to book corn for December delivery of this year, $5.58. Now let's look at soybeans. Say on 4/29/22, us last year, as we were getting ready to begin planting soybeans, if we had looked at a November 2023 contract delivery, we would have gotten a price of $14.48. However, if we waited until this week, 4/5/2023, we would only be able to get a $13.07 contract for November delivery in this year of 2023. Now we look at cotton. This is one that's even sadder. Say last year at 5/19/22, we would have been bold and wanted to take advantage of booking some 98-cent cotton for delivery in December of 2023. But since we didn't book any and we waited and we went and looked at the market this week at 4/5/23 for December delivery, 81 cents is the best that we could get. Now, all of these prices here do not include any local basis plus or minus that you would get on this market. But the reason I show you all this is to tell you, as we're planting this spring and crops are starting to emerge, be sure to take a look and watch and look and see what the 2024 November soybean contracts and December corn and cotton contracts are doing in the market. On occasion, we have rallies in the spring, just like we did last year, that'll run those future contracts way up. And if you're willing to look that far into the future, you could lock in some of your crop for the next growing season and take advantage of some of these high prices. Many of the folks I see advising growers in the Midwest to do this with corn and soybeans encourage them to do it, but only at a rate of about 20% of their production or less. This is not a marketing recommendation for you to try. It's only something for you to consider. Thank you for tuning in to In the Loop Weekend Ag Talk, brought to you by Alphen Insurance Agency, the home of Policy Plus. We hope you have a great Easter weekend, for He is risen. I hope you all go out and celebrate that great fact. We hope you have a great weekend, and thank you again for tuning in, and thank you to all the farmers who help feed and clothe the world. Remember, make mental health a priority. Make time for yourself and make time for those around you. Give us a call. We'll come to you so you can focus on family and farming. We'll catch you next time. Thank you.